With Mistlands, we've received several new skills, one of which is blood magic, and today I'll be covering how to set up a simple but very effective blood magic farm that will allow you to level up your skill quickly and passively. And you'll want to level this because it affects how much damage your blood magic can do. And with us having the ability to summon 2 skeletons to fight for us, this could be very beneficial, especially if we can expect more magic and dangerous foes in the Ashlands. Now, this guide will show you not only how to set up an effective blood magic farm, but I'll also cover how to protect the nest from taking damage and also cover how to avoid being attacked by raids. But in order to do this, the first thing that you're going to want to have is Aether infused foods. You're going to need at least 2 of them, whether that's the Mage Cap, Stuffed Mushroom, Yggdrasil Porridge, or Seeker Aspic. And there is also a chance that you'll need to cast multiple spells. So I also recommend with that having the Aether Weave Armor set to help you increase your Aether regeneration. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. As we'll be summoning skeletons, you'll also need the Dead Razor Star, which can be produced with 10 bone fragments, 16 refined Aether, and 4 skeleton trophies. I also recommend upgrading the staff to allow you to control 2 skeletons at once rather than just 1. With that out the way, let's take a look at the farm itself. Now, the farm will use a Grey Dwarf nest in order to spawn in Grey Dwarfs, which will be harvested for the experience. This is by far the simplest and easiest, though you could do this with other spawns, but you may need to be more active because your skeletons may take damage and die. Now, the joy of using a Grey Dwarf farm is that you can pretty much sit back and enjoy without the worry about raids, but I'll talk about that at the end. The first thing that you're going to do is dig under the Grey Dwarf nest. Ideally, you want a large space available, 12 meters squared or more, and once your pit has been dug out, we will need to build a corner up. We're going to raise it off the floor above the rest. This will make it more difficult for the Grey Dwarfs to attack your skeletons, but it will also change the angle of attack from your skeletons so they won't be shooting at the nest. We will then build a low-level wall around this section in stone, as well as a stone roof above this, or we could do this in marble should we wish, as it's just going to be a bit stronger. The intention at this point is to make it impossible for your skeletons to accidentally shoot up and destroy the nest. Now, we will close the back of this section off and place a teleport inside, so it's just all one room. This will stop any random enemy encounters attacking you if you're away from the keyboard. By the front wall, we will also create a stall to limit the skeletons from roaming so that they stay in one place once they've been summoned. This forms the basis of our farm, and from here you can summon your skeletons. Now, if you do not get a skeleton archer, you can use the butcher knife to get rid of them. Then you can resummon them until you do. You'll want to ideally have 2 skeletons spawned so that you can focus the stronger enemies. You can see I've removed the central piece of wall, and the reason for that was if enemies got in the center running towards the wall, they ended up shooting that and destroying it. And you can see the 2 skeletons are just nicely attacking all of the Grey Dwarfs and stopping them from getting up. With the skeletons being safe from the attackers, you'll not only be able to farm the blood magic experience, but you'll also be able to collect the excess resources when you want from the Grey Dwarf farm without using the standard fuel system that I've shown in a previous video. And whilst we're on the subject of farms, I do highly recommend checking out my improved chicken farm. I've just released it and I'm really happy with how it is. I'll attach a link in the cards above to that now. With the blood magic farm now running, you may want to build a wall around the top of the section to cover the Grey Dwarf nest to protect it from stray shots from other wandering enemies. One thing that I should mention is you will need to have the area above it open if you want it to keep running, so don't cover that with a ceiling or any kind of roof unless it's just temporary for when you're not around there. However, providing you place down just one portal portal, and once you've done that, removed any workbenches in this area, the game will not count this area suitable for a raid because you need at least 3 base structures such as a fire, workbench and portal in order to be considered for a raid. This will make the farm perfect for a passive leveling up system of blood magic, which can then be linked with a portal to your main base to return to as you wish, as well as taking the resources back and forth. Now, if you did find this video helpful, please do hit the thumbs up, and obviously if you want to see more, why not check out my Drog sausage farm, which we covered a couple of weeks ago in a previous farm guide. And obviously don't forget to subscribe. Also, do let me know in the comment section below what you'd like to see me cover in the next Valheim video, whether it's another guide, another farm system that you're interested in, or perhaps we look at some creative builds. But guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to all of our amazing supporters, most notably our Solar Eclipse patrons, James Irwin, Firefless, and Trebor, as well as our Lunar Eclipse patrons, the Calamity Ben, Star, Shoku the MN Wolf, and that dude AW, as well as our Blood Moon of the day, which today is the Salchin Husky. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.